part, they kind of know where they want everybody, but they're scattering guys a little bit just to see who fits, certain areas better. Just to see, I mean, this is what the spring's for, is just to find out, who's going to be where, who's going to do what. So I think right now they're just trying to get a feel for how does this guy play, where's he going to fit best. So I think that's what they're working on now.
Is Tonk making calls? Is he
They have him right now at the mic, so he makes most of the checks and then just stuff like that.
And then the question you guys are going to be asked, I'm sure, probably into the season, replacing David Long, just like how much of a challenge is that?
I figured that I was going to get a question about that. I was walking in, I was trying to think, what are they going to ask me today? And then I was like, they're going to ask about David. So, no, David, he's, the defense, he was player of the year in the Big 12. I mean, replacing him is almost, I guess you could say, impossible because he's just brought so many different things to the table. I mean, he was a fantastic linebacker. Clearly, I mean, he's about to be drafted in the NFL, so it's just, replacing him is going to be hard, but I think that with what we have now, we're going to be able to do it in a different way than just having a certain player out there. I think with all of the other players we have and what our scheme is, we're going to be able to fit that just fine.
Yeah, do you think the new philosophy with the D-line being, so I guess, more downhill, do you think that'll be one of the things that helps out because those guys are going to be asked to make more plays?
I mean, I think that definitely gives them more freedom. I know that last year was like, hold gaps and let, guys like me and David just make the plays, which I'm fine with. Even now, though, they have more freedom, go play football. And that's fine with me. Like, I want guys to go make plays. Like, by all means, if one guy succeeds, then we all succeed. So, even everybody a little bit more freedom is definitely beneficial. So I think, letting them go play their game, gives me more, like, I always have to be alert for, if this guy, swims his gap and goes to make a play, like, I'm going to have to fit somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be able to recognize what the other guys are doing for my job.
This defense is full of hybrid-type players, multi-position players. Is Mike linebacker really the only true linebacker in a classic sense left that you see at this point?
At this point, yes. I mean, I know we have a will linebacker, we have a bandit, but I think at times the only person that actually plays a true linebacker is a middle linebacker.
Giovanni was talking about that and said that's just the evolution of football, the way it's played now. Do you see that this is kind of a coming wave?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of hybrid players. There's, especially being, with the people we recruit now, there's so many different people that can do both. I mean, there's so many, like, we look at how people are built and, how they develop. I mean, there's guys that can play linebacker and safety. I mean, there's guys that are big enough, they're fast enough, they can play in the box, they can play in space. So I think now it's just finding what position those guys can play. And if you have to create a position, I guess, or have a hybrid position for them, then so be it. But I think it's getting the best players on the field.
Is it nice to be the throwback? The one.
It's nice. I mean, it's nice for me because I know, like, I play middle linebacker. So that's plain and simple. Like, I can go around and say, yeah, I play middle linebacker. People are like, oh, that makes sense. I know what that is. But, you go tell somebody, yeah, I play spear or nickel. People are like, what do you do? So.